Okay, guys, another quick video. Let me open this door to kill this echo. All right, guys, like I said, today is Wednesday, and coronavirus is still wreaking its havoc. More states are shutting down. We just got word that Idaho is shutting down right next door. I'm on the eastern side of Washington State. So, not sure what the numbers are. Okay, guys, another quick video. Picking up an echo here. One sec. Not sure what it's doing. All right, guys. Like I said, today is Wednesday. One sec here, guys. Coronavirus is still wreaking its havoc. More states are shutting down. We just got. All right. Sorry about that. So, like I said, more states are shutting down. So, kind of switching gears. We're going to be doing these sketch videos. I think that a lot more people are going to have a little more time and honing their skills. So I thought it was pertinent. And the other thing that I thought was critical is sustainable things, or things that that add more value in terms of the back end. Not everybody's going to be buying a fire pit rock now. So now we're kind of looking at things that are decorative, but more borderline essential. Okay. And one of the things is obviously vegetables, growing your own vegetables. And we can look at this as an area that we can kind of, improve on. You see a lot of these raised bed gardens, like here in this photo. You got a couple of 6x6s or 8x8s, whatever they are, stacked up. We can improve on that and keep it relatively inexpensive, and still kind of, perform better than wood or traditional goods. Let me run through a quick couple of photos. And speaking of which, as I run through the photos, show you to open them up. I didn't quite cover that last video because we're just kind of running through this as training wheels. So you're going to pick up a Swiss army of different skills by these videos. All right. So basically, click this button right here. See in the top right? That's add image. You pick it up, and then it just takes you to your window, your file in which you want to select it. So let's just buzz through these real quick. So we got this one, right? Check that out. And see, it's kind of curved. Let me shut this other one off. Kind of curved. I like that one. It's more of a clean look. It's more of a flower bed. But we're definitely going to sketch up some different ideas and show you a couple of the sketch tips, as well as different stone facing options that we can choose. Okay, so there's one style. So as compared to that, you can see it's a little bit more enhanced. All right. Next one, let's pick this one. Here's your cobblestone stack block. You can go down your landscape supply and do a little something like that. Everybody's got their flavor, right? My thing is with this is staying natural. And then you've got this 90-degree, and it works for some backyards and some architectures and stuff like that. I'm going to be sketching out things a little more naturalistic, rocks, maybe some varying heights, ups and downs in terms of the topography of the rock. Okay, and then let's go to the next one. Let me turn that off. Check this out. This is interesting because it's a small backyard. It's got the fire pit, so you could, depending on where we are in this COVID-19, I think, on a side note, I think it's going to take a while for the economy to come back. Not to be doom and gloom. It's, people's pensions are going up in flames. Stock market's being a little more volatile as of late. And there's a disruption in the supply chain coming from China. So a lot of unknowns. We can debate that and say this, that, and the other. We don't know, but we can say that it's been a disruption in the economy. So we could start to offer some different goods and maybe trim the fat a little bit. So we got a fire pit here, right? You've got these raised beds. These are kind of cool looking, real clean, and they If you look at some of the details, you know, they got a nice bolt pattern here. Really slick, very clean craftsmanship. You know, the end grains are kind of darker. I kind of like that. They didn't quite, you know, make it the same. So there's a little bit of some rhythm, right? When you look at that, your eyes kind of go towards these dark spots on the end grain, and really slick. I like that. And I like the format. You know, the person can come walking in. You know, I've never gardened. We're going to add in some stuff here as well. But person can go ahead and tend to the garden, as they call it, right? So you could access this. You can get in all these areas. So we got to keep that in mind when we're designing ours, right? And we're going to be doing some foam. We're going to keep it real lean and mean on our design. Next picture. I didn't go too crazy. So here's a rock, you know, a bunch of stacked rock. We can see that we can improve on that. You know, we could, you know, being carvers and artists, you know, we could expand, you know, this could be one rock here. Excuse me, move that up. You know, this could be one rock, right? You know, give it some scale factor as opposed to here, you know, everything's just kind of a cluster the same size, same size, same size, roughly the same size. So we can get a lot more artistic. You know, maybe this stone even comes out a little more real pronounced, cornerstone, so forth and so on, right? All right, that's another option. Next option. Let's see here. This is slick. I like this one. Check this out. You know, so you got a piece of decorative concrete with what I could see. You know, this is ceramic of some sort. Maybe one that. That piece of ceramic. Something glazed. And then you've got this area here. And then this could be a countertop if you're going for that clean look. And to each his own, each backyard or each area is going to be a little different. But this has high functionality. Again, the person can come in here, do the over here. You got access on this side, access on that side. So you notice these, there's a lot of functionality in them. And that's our job as artists. We got to go ahead and make sure it looks good, but then it's not non-functional or it doesn't perform as well. If your garden bed is like 8 feet wide and you got to hunch over and use a stick of some sort to kind of tend to your garden, it's not a good look. Okay, turn that off. Next one, let's see. Yeah, this was cool. It's not necessarily a garden, but I like the format. Check that out. And even the colors. And we can talk a little bit about that, right? So look at the scale factor on the rock there. It's got it matched here. And I'm assuming there should be another one over here, right? Rule of thirds is in play, right? You know, 1, 2, 3. And it's some of the sizing and color can vary. Notice the warmer tones here, right? That's like a Simpsonite yellow blend with white. Easy peasy. Real warm, but checked out these now. More on the brownish and grayish. Nice contrast. It's beautiful. And we're going to sketch that out. Matter of fact, we'll start with that. I'm taking these little online workshops or classroom sessions, real ad lib. I do want to get to the point where they're interactive. People can, you know, write their questions in. That doesn't mean to stop you now. Send me an email, put a question in the comments, and I have the time now. I'm going to respond and help you guys any way I can get to make sure you guys are creating better looking work or better looking designs. All right. And then I'll open up the next one and then we'll start with this. We'll sketch this out. And I'll show you how we do that real simple. I'm trying to keep these to about 45 minutes to an hour. It gives me some mileage. And then I'm looking to house these so people can download them later. So let's say if there's a breach in internet connection, how do you get that on your PC so you can have these as well? Okay, clear that out. I think there's one more. Turn that off. This one right here. Okay. Cool design, right? I mean, it kind of, you know, that path kind of meanders right through the core of that. I'm not too proficient at gardening, but it looks like there's a lot of space here, but you could access it from here. That gives you enough, you know, space there. So it might be good. Again, I'm really a novice on that side of things, but I'm just noticing some commonalities in a lot of these. Okay, but look at the rock pattern. You know, boulders. What we're going to be doing, we can take foam. You know, XPS, which is extruded polystyrene from your Home Depot. We could hard coat that, and then, you know, put our carve coat over the top of that and dress it up. Inexpensive, completely functional, cementitious, so it's not going to rot. You're going to be able to get your depth. So we'll scrap the 2x10s and all that other stuff, you know, if it makes sense. Okay, get rid of this. All right. All right, we're going to start with this one, guys. Real simple. Oh, sorry. Deleted it. Move it to the top. I think we're done with these for now, so I'm going to blow them away. Delete them all. So now that's how you bring images in. Just that button up at the top, insert image. All right, we're going to make a new layer. The plus sign right there, right? And let's do the pencil. We'll go back to the pencil. And we'll keep it in the red family. You know, so it's something like that. Like a red crayon, almost like a maroon. Now you notice, again, if you guys are using sketch pad and paper, totally fine. You can follow along with pencil or colored marker, either way. But the harder I press on this, I can get real soft, and then I can get real hard, and it gets, you notice it gets thicker. So there's a lot of variance in my strokes, just like it would be in traditional paper and pen or pencil. Okay, so first thing that I do is I'll draw the, you know, a rough sketch just to wrap my head around the style in which we're going for. Now this box that I sketched is just kind of representing the floor plane. Let's say the human being's like right here, you know, something like that. So this is the floor. So I can go ahead and sketch out its profile on the floor. It's more of an exercise for you guys, right? So it goes something like this. Maybe the boulder's over here, right? We're just looking for a footprint. This is like you guys coming in with the spray paint, the fluorescent paint, floor marking paint, and you're outlining a profile onto the grass, the turf, or the concrete. Okay, so we can build this from ground up. And then we're just going to wrap around. There's something like this, kicks out, right? And then it wraps around. Something like that. With another boulder right around in there. See what's going on? Now I got a profiling of that. Now, if we extend lines, make another layer. Again, these aren't going to be like totally finished sketches. This is just to get you ripping and running right now. Time is of the essence with this, with the economy. You know, they're saying that, you know, checks are going to be mailed out. Some people live in check to check as it is. So the whole idea is just to get up and running and provide you as much knowledge and then answer any questions. And then as we come out of this, we're ahead of the curve. All right, so we'll pick blue and another layer to show you guys. Now I could extend up with, you know, matchsticks, if you want to call them that, right? But notice what's happening. Your mind's going to be able to see, you know, and this is the backside. We're building it from ground up. So check that out. And that's just me holding the shift key on my keyboard. And you know, that's not my hand. If I draw these freehand, that's what they look like. I mean, they're straight. I got a pretty decent hand, but they're not where I could bang it out quick. Look at that. You build a picket fence. Okay, back this up. Control Z gets rid of does the undo. So I'm going to leave it at that. I could turn this off, right? Take my sketch layer we're going to group that blue stuff, right? Merge with below, remember from the other video? Merge with below, hit the V key, or go here, quick transform. You see that? And then this middle is the scale, right? This one can scale it up. This rotates it. We're not interested in rotating it, right? We just want to scale it up so we can rock a sketch to it. Right? And then I'll move it right here. You see? So remember, things in miniature is easy. That's why architects and even pool builders, they'll do a scale model. Things in miniature, you could really see the overall form as opposed to starting like this. You know, pretty common, right? You have, I got a rock here. And then let's just say these come around. This is the flower bed in here. But you can see how out of scale and out of proportion you can get. And not only that, you're going to start running off the end of the paper. So I always like to start smaller. I'll scale it. And then it's like tracing paper from there. Super quick. I shouldn't say super quick. It cuts a lot of time down. All right. There's my drawing again. I'm going to make it a little bigger. I'm on the wrong layer. There we go. Now I could turn this down. Remember like the last video? I could turn that down. I'm going to make it a little bigger too again. There we go. That'll work. Now I'll get rid of this guy over here. We don't need him. Right? And I'll leave the ground plane in just for now. All right. I'm going to go back to my red. But just like in the colors video, I'm going to get more videos out on the colors as well. Show you guys how to mix color quick and easy. See, I take that red, just like adding black. Right? I'm going to add some black. Black is out at the bottom. Right there. That's what I'm going for. I'll go back to that pencil. Let's open up our picture again. Move the picture over here. Let's see what we're doing. Make this a little bigger. Now we can sketch, right? So here's the rock, right? It's got a face like this. Again, I don't have to go to the T. I'm just roughing it in. This is still a complete roughing phase. Right? See how the sticks really help seeing visually what you're doing. Same thing, these stones come around. I'm just going to sketch out the bottom, just something like that. And then you got some stones over here, kind of foreshortened, and it's got this rock. Right, and it goes around. I'm not really caring about details right now. I'm just trying to get it roughed in. I think early when I was, becoming proficient at drawing, I spent too much time on details early. Scrap the details because you're never, you end up overworking it. And then you're spending time on details that are flawed. You add the details once the skeleton is set. Well, it's looking right. A thumbnail. This is what they call a thumbnail. Right? And this, let's just say this rock kicks out now. See that? This has got a wider base in here. It's kicking out in those stones. These stones are butting into that. See that? So we want to make that rock a little more pronounced. All right. Zoom out. All right. Same thing. Just roughing this rock. Make it too big. And then I'm just going to go ahead and rough in some stuff over here. Even though it's not in the photo, that's what's nice about drawing. You know, and this is your garden in here. Something like that, right? I'm just going to erase out. Keeping it real sketchy, right? There's our underbody, see? I want to merge these. Actually, no, I'm going to buzz down these blue lines a little bit. I think we've got enough here. All right, back to my pencil. I think this rock is too big here. This one right here. So I'm just going to go over a little bit. Again, it doesn't have to be the same. Let's do a little more proportionate. And I'm putting some lines up on top. All right. You notice I'm not just doing this, right? Because that's not what's happening here. You can see how that's going around. And what we're going to do, we'll do something a little different, you know, as vertical, you know, as guys that we carve, we can create, we have more variance. We've got more tools in our tool belt to create what we want to create. You see that those rocks are a little bigger? I made them a little bigger there. Now that my kind of a chicken scratch, it's kind of like looking at clouds in the sky. It's kind of vague and interpretational. And I'm just, you know, playing around with it. And then this goes like that, right? And that's kind of what I do in the beginning. I don't really, not looking to get tight with it. That's what's nice about working digital. See, I'm going to merge these now. Now they're on one layer. I'm going to come in here with the eraser. I'm kind of done with that, right? And then take this. I'll make a duplicate, right? Duplicate layer. See that? Hit that little ring in the middle. Duplicate layer. It makes a duplicate. And then hold the V. I can move that out. I want to move this to the side. I can still see it like a bird's eye view. Take this one, move it down. Now I'm going to make it bigger. Something like that. Okay. And now I'm kind of done with that because we're not going to follow to the T. We're just kind of using it as a template to follow, right? I'm going to lower this down. Remember, that's the opacity. I'm going to lower it pretty down. Make it there. Now I'm going to go with the marker, which they call the medium tip marker, right? I'm going to start with this boulder. Make the brush a little bigger. And now I'm just going to outline over this. Remember, this rock is butting into that. So we got to be thinking about what we want to do there. You know, maybe this one's down a little bit. Now this one, see how you can make the topography a little different. Maybe a little dead spot in there. And I'm going to use the eraser tool. Now I'm kind of tightening up. All right, something like that. Made that into one rock. Erase that there. Go back to my brush. It's kind of the tedious portion of it because you're kind of making sure everything's right. Right. Maybe this one's up a little bit of a shadow. Right. And you got this rock. This rock's kicked out a little bit. Right. Bust that down a little bit. Not really talking much. This is where you kind of gotta focus in a little bit. Making sure everything is right. And things get a little tighter around that turn. See, I just kind of scrunched everything. Gives it the illusion. And then these rocks a little bigger like that. Something like that, right? All right. So there's a quick study sketch of some rocks. I'm gonna just put some fade in there. I'm gonna merge these. All right. So now it's on one layer. I'm gonna scale it down just a little bit. Kind of ran out of space there myself. All right. Now I'm gonna shade it with the watercolor brush. Remember the watercolor brush right here? I'm gonna make this a little bigger. See, puts a nice effect on that. I'm just gonna shadow in the bottom side just to give it some depth. It's helping us see the form now, see? I'm just doing the faces a little bit, giving it a quick brush down. It's gonna help you see what's going on, right? Then maybe a little bit of shadow on the base. Right. Now, come up, make a new layer. And then we can take the airbrush right here. Make it pretty big. I'm just going to blow in some color, right? Take the hard eraser right here. I can erase the tops to make them pump out a little bit so we can really see what that top surface is doing. So I'm just running through there. Right? That could be off to itself now. V, I'm going to merge that. Whoop, sorry, Control Z, I got to merge. Right, now I can shrink that. And that's it there. It's one idea, right? It doesn't have to be pretty. And it's just exploring the design phase of, what do you want to create with the vegetable garden? So if this is your area now, we go to the red. Let's see, right here. We'll pick the cherry red. You know, now this is your vegetables in here now. And then this distance, you know, I'm noticing a lot of them are high. You know, they're at least 10 inches off the ground or even more than that. This is more like a curb effect, I would say. But a really nice arrangement. There's no reason why we couldn't expand that. Let me see. I was going to see if we can scale that down a little bit, but that's not going to work. But anyway, so there's one idea, right? Or we can do the stack stone effect. And I'm just going to keep it in the red for now. So this is what I'm thinking. We've got a ground, right? We're going to come up, let's just say 14 inches, right? You can almost look at this as like 2x10s, right? Actually, we'll leave it at 10 inches for now. Just like a 2x10, which is like 9¼ inches, but you get the gist. And then this is filled with soil. Let me go to a green, right? Then you got soil filled all in here. Then you're looking back the other side, right? So we got the soil in there. But let's just scrap these 2x10s and let's just do foam. Good old fashioned 2-inch XPS foam, hard coated both sides. But what's going to be a little different that if you're going for the naturalistic look, this is more my flavor, so you can follow along if it suits your needs. But what I'm thinking, let me lower that down, make a new layer. What I'm thinking is instead of, so this is, let's say your foam. You know, and this is 2 inches thick. What we want to do is I really going to make sure that this is undulating in and out. We could probably do these in panels and whatnot, but on the inside, I really, when that dirt meets that soil, I really want a nice edge there. I don't want something architectural. So by doing that, we can build up the hard coat or build up some spray foam and bump that out a little bit to give it this organic edge. Because the face is already going to be organic, right? I mean, even if we did a stack stone on this, let's say we did a stack stone, right? Maybe this boulder's a little thicker out here. It's something like this. And a little higher. Cornerstone, right? But then you got your 2-inch foam over here now, known as undulating. It's in the hard coat, right? Same thing here. You know, this could be a stack stone pattern. But, okay, let me just finish this off. Give it a gist. You know, large clusters, small, whatever you want to do there. And then maybe there's another stone out here. Same thing. A little bigger. And these meet right into it. Something like that, right? Okay. Again, this distance here, we're not sure yet. We're just playing around with some designs. Once we get one picked, we'll pick a couple of them. I want to do some vertical ones, do some ones like this, stack stone, regular rock, some actually planter rocks for if you want some herbs and stuff like that. You know, your oregano, basil, things of that nature. Right? Now I can come in here, same thing with the You know, I can shade in just to kind of get a sense of what's going on. Leave the top surface. Gives some contrast, right? You see how quickly you can generate a quick idea? And same thing, real quick. I'll open up. Let me see if we can find some dirt. Check this out. Remember I showed this trick on the last one, right? We can take this dirt now. All right, close enough, right? So now I'm going to erase out what I don't want. Remember this, the opacity? So that we got it down. Now it's all the way up. I'm just going to use the dirt for inside that photo. Just for a photo op more than anything. Make the brush size bigger. Now I'm just going to start erasing this photo. Right? Now, once I get up and running, we're going to have some more free classes and some paid classes to help finish these up and, you know, polish them off. A lot of design tips and tricks. But at least you get your, well, you know, some of you might be quarantined in place for a while. So at least it gives you something to practice to. Right? You know, erase all that. We don't need that, right? Right around that edge. Like I said, Photoshop, and we're going to get more into Photoshop. It's got a lot more powerful tools than the freeware program. Check that out. Now I can turn that up. I mean, it's a little out of scale, but it helps you, you know, get an idea of like, all right, that'll be cool. I like the cornerstone over here. Maybe that's a planner in itself. Now you could run your irrigation through the foam if you had little pits, and maybe you wanted a secondary bed to come up. Lots of different ideas. But anyway, this program is free. I encourage you to download it, start sketching with it, bring images in, get yourself acquainted with some of the pencils and pens. The other video, I think number 7 on my YouTube, it, you know, shows you the basic tools that I do use. So check it out. All right, guys, that's enough for today. Stay tuned, more to come. Hope we do another one tomorrow. Stay up. I hope everybody is safe and healthy. And peace out, guys. One love. Later.